I'm Aiden Poulin, I'm 7 years old. My family raises chickens.
We've been chicken producers since 2009, and we look forward to generations and my kids' kids continuing the business on. And
In my family, there's 5. My mom, my dad, my 2 sisters, and me. I get to help bed the barn, and I get to sometimes help put in the chickens. When I grow up, I want to be a farmer.
We are family farms, and they're built on family values.
Would I do it any different way? I would say no. I'd love to see my son come here with his kids and have this experience of being able to raise his kids in the farming environment.
What people don't understand is the chicken industry has a very short cycle. 9 weeks from the decision to get in the chicken industry, you can market your first birds. Well, that's not very long.
They come to the farm, they put them in the barn, and we get to hold them.
The chickens show up the day they're hatched. They're hatched in Lethbridge. They put them on a truck that morning, and we get them. Yeah, they're probably some of them 3-4 hours old, and it takes us about 40 minutes to fill the 2 barns. And there's food and water in the barn. Temperature is exactly where it should be. We try to keep them as comfortable as possible. And
we grow our chicken in controlled environments, not dissimilar to our own houses, where we control the temperature, we control all the elements that are within our power because we want them to be comfortable. Comfortable chickens grow well, comfortable chickens grow healthy.
they have room to run on the floor, to move. They're free to go wherever they want.
They're my favorite when they're babies, so I can pick them up and hold them and stuff like that.
And it's exciting to watch them grow. Every day you can see they're growing a little bit more, and then you're empty for a while, so then you have a bit of a break. And we love our animals, right? Like I do not like to see the chickens uncomfortable. So if they're uncomfortable, I want to adjust whatever it is I can.
So we feel very strongly that families are important, and I'm very happy that I get to farm with my family here. On this farm, I farm with my dad and my brother.
Farmers are farmers for a certain reason. They want to take care of animals.
I think all farmers, whether it's chickens or poultry or dairy or pigs or whatever, this is our livelihood. So you want to do the best you can for your livelihood. So whether it's 20 years ago or today, you still want to do the best for the product that you're growing, for the bird that you're growing.
I can recollect my parents running the chicken farm. At that time, that was prior to the board, prior to the Alberta board, prior to any national boards, and got to the point in time where there was only enough money left over to pay for chicks and feed.
Dad would get a phone call and his birds were ready to go or a week to go. Gee, Howard, we don't need your birds this week. Well, you can't keep your birds for an extra week without it changing the situation. The farmers were losing too much money, so they banded together and decided if we work together and figure out what the proper supply is for our industry, maybe both the farmers and the processors can make a living.
I enjoyed especially working the chicken board because of the relationships that we had with the processors.
Since the board started, of course, Alberta was not part of the signatories for the national, but some of the major changes were we changed offices. The first meeting I went to was in the Drumstick, which was an old house along the North Saskatchewan River.
It's fascinating to watch the changes in the chicken barns that I've observed over my time taking care of the birds and looking back to what my dad used to work with and the improvements in the barns.
There was a big change as far as requirements for on-farm food safety. We developed a first accredited on-farm food safety program in Canada, in Alberta. So that was a good move. That was a big move.
The Alberta Chicken Producers has a very, very strong sense of governance, and their level of transparency is basically as high as it can be.
So we represent all our producers when it comes to national regulations, allocations.
Supply management benefits everybody. The consumer, because they know that they get good product. That's the end result, is the good product. Of course, it benefits us as well.
What it does is make sure that we don't over or undersupply the market. It gives the farmers a lot more say in the whole industry.
There's lots of technology going forward that us as farmers will be able to continue to use to provide long-term sustainability in the chicken industry.
Well, the biggest thing, of course, is the allocation, the increased growth that we've experienced.
We are so proud to be able to give Albertans a quality product.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the consumers for supporting Alberta Chicken Producers. And without the consumers, we wouldn't be able to be in business without their continued support. And
we need to take more time to share with Alberta families our story of caring for animals, caring for our families, looking after our communities, and providing a safe, wholesome product for Alberta families.